Sometimes we have to read between the lines, and other times we absolutely do not. President Trump literally just told us his plan moving forward, not just for the Strait of Hormuz, or as he said, the Strait of Trump, which you'll see in a minute, but also Cuba. Literally said, Cuba is next. You're going to love it, but please don't tell anybody. I mean, this is going to be a phenomenal video. I hope you stick around for the full thing because I think you're going to love it. All I ask in return is for you guys to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it.
Negotiating now, and it'd be great if we could do something, but they have to open it up. They have to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Excuse me for this. I'm so sorry. Such a terrible mistake. The fake news will say he accidentally said, no. There's no accidents with me, not too many. If there were, we'd have a major story.
Can you imagine? How would you feel if it got renamed to the Strait of Trump? Personally, I don't care. I think it'd be pretty freaking funny. I mean, he renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and it actually shows up, I think, on Apple Maps. So renaming the Strait of Hormuz to the Strait of Trump, there's worse things that we could focus on in the world than that.
No, but I was watching this, and I'm hearing them saying, could he be losing the MAGA base? I don't think so. You know why? Because MAGA wants to win, number one. Number two, they want our country protected. They don't want another country out there that's hostile and crazy to have a nuclear weapon. And number three, they like us protecting certain allies, whether it's Israel or Saudi Arabia or Qatar or UAE, any of them. They want that. MAGA wants strength, and they want victory. They want success, and that's what we have. And we have been very, very successful. You know, when I went into Venezuela, I said, because I campaigned on the fact peace through strength, you wouldn't have to use it. I said, you'll never have to use it, but sometimes use it. And Cuba's next, by the way, but pretend I didn't say that, please.
Cuba's
pretend I didn't
next.
Please, media, please disregard that statement. Thank you very much.
Holy smokes. I mean, like President Trump said, there are no accidents with him, right? Or there'd be a major problem. So if he's saying Cuba's next, wow. I mean, I think we can expect that probably sometime next week or in the coming weeks. This video is sponsored by Private Internet Access. Private Internet Access is my go-to VPN for many different reasons. It makes me feel safe when I'm browsing the internet. So it allows me to hide my identity, as well as make sure that the government isn't stealing my information and selling it to a bunch of private companies. It also gives me the ability to go on Netflix, Hulu, and all of the streaming platforms and take a look at content that wouldn't be available in Canada. So if I want to watch American content on Netflix, I can easily just boot up Private Internet Access. Some countries around the world, just like Canada, ban people from being able to view the news. So having a VPN like Private Internet Access allows you to get past that barrier. One subscription to Private Internet Access covers all of your devices. In fact, it's actually unlimited amount of devices, which is pretty freaking cool. If you want to take back control of your identity and your personal information when browsing online, then Private Internet Access is the VPN for you. If you click the link down below in the description, the pinned comment below, or scan the QR code on the screen, you get 83% off plus 4 months for free when you click the link down below in the description. You also get a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is phenomenal. Thank you, Private Internet Access, for sponsoring today's video.
But I have great respect for him as a leader, and we had a deal. I was going there, and I didn't want to go during the war. I said, look, you know, we have a thing called a war, or as they would rather say, a military operation. This is for legal reasons. I say military because as a military operation, I don't need any approvals. As a war, you're supposed to get approval from Congress, something like that. So I call it a military operation, but we have that going along, and I'd like to delay it. So we delayed it a few weeks, so I'll be going very shortly.
I mean, that makes sense, right? If he has to work around it, work around Congress and work around the whole politics side of things and call it a military operation. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree? Well, let me know what you guys think down below.
Thank everybody very much. And I'm asked to take a few questions. And unlike other politicians, they would like the questions screened. I don't ask for screening of the questions. You can ask me anything you want. You can talk sex. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm here for you.
you not love this? This guy, President Trump, is just so good at what he does. He knows how to get the headlines going. He knows what's going to be buzzing. He knows how to talk to people. It's freaking incredible.
The U.S. tells Zelensky that security guarantees depend on withdrawal from Donbass.
That's a lie. And I saw him say that, and it's unfortunate he would say that because he knows that's not true, and that's not what he was told. What he was told is the obvious. Security guarantees are not going to kick in until there's an end to a war, because otherwise you're getting yourself involved in the war. Okay, what is a security guarantee? It is troops that are willing to step in and secure. If you put that in place now, that means you're injecting yourself in the war. What he was told very clearly, and he should have understood it, is that the security guarantees come only after there is an end to the war. That was not attached to unless he gives up territory. I don't know why he says these things. They're just not true.
What is the U.S. position on Donbass?
We've told the Ukrainian side what the Russians are insisting on. We're not advocating for it. We've explained it to them. It's their choice to make. It's not for us to make for them. We've never told them they have to take it or leave it. The role we have played is to try to figure out what both sides want and see if we can bridge the middle ground. The decision ultimately is up to Ukraine. If they don't want to make certain decisions or certain concessions, then the war keeps going.
Marco Rubio is so good at what he does. He's so straight to the point. He doesn't mess around. It really feels like President Trump is setting him up to be in a really good position next term. What do you think about this? Do you agree with America going in and changing Cuba and making Cuba great? I can't say again. I don't know if they've ever been great again, but do you agree with this? Because I've been to Cuba many, many years ago, and I'll tell you, most people that go to Cuba, they don't really end up leaving the resort. I mean, it's third world. Like, it's not the greatest when you leave that resort, but it has a potential of being phenomenal, right? So do you agree with this? You disagree? Let me know what you guys think.
Thank you very much. I do want to say, do you mind if I step over here and just look at that tractor for a second? Because I assume it's a gift to me. That's crazy. It's beautiful. Oh, that is really something. Thank you very much for the gift. I appreciate it.
Earlier today, President Trump, there, look at that tractor. The White House officially came out with an only farmers division for farmers to get, better direct communication with the government and whatnot, which is a play on words from OnlyFans. It's a real thing that the government has actually implemented. Right here, curious how American farmers are benefiting right now, or exactly how much each state has saved? Visit onlyfarms.gov, delivering for farmers in rural America. Onlyfarms.gov. How could you not love this administration? I mean, this is so freaking funny. The play on words and just trying to tie it to OnlyFans, but Only Farms. I mean, that's freaking funny.
About it in the G7, okay? Everybody talks about these blackouts. Cuba's been having blackouts all of last year, all the year before. There isn't a naval blockade surrounding Cuba. The reason why Cuba doesn't have oil and fuel is because they want it for free. And people don't give away oil and fuel for free on a regular basis, unless it was the Soviet Union subsidizing them or Maduro subsidizing them. They just don't do it. They may get a shipment here or there now and then someone, but not enough to sustain their country. Okay, so the reason why they're having that's why they don't have fuel, and the reason why they're having blackouts is because they have equipment from the 1950s and 60s that they never maintained or kept up.
Yeah, it's so outdated. I mean, it's not a good country. They're not established. It's almost the Stone Ages, if you ask me. Then we got some geopolitical updates. China says it's launched 2 reciprocal trade investigations against the United States. In addition, you have France and the UK are leading plans to have warships escort vessels through the Strait of the Strait of Hormuz. You also have Russia sending upgraded versions of the Shahed drones used against Ukraine to Iran. So that's something to look out for. And then you have Qatar is basically saying, you know what, we're done with all LNG contracts through May 2026, canceling obligations to customers in Italy, Belgium, South Korea, and China. Qatar is one of the world's largest LNG suppliers, accounting for 20% of global LNG production. This is massive. We are pretty much on the brink of a huge oil and commodities, or not surplus, I guess, drought. I mean, it's all drying up right now because of the conflict that's going on, which is why you have the United States and President Trump so adamant that things need to be under control.
Well, I've watched this guy. He's a loser. He gets no ratings, none. He's got no talent. He's got Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, I whenever I watch, I just can't believe that he's even on the air. He shouldn't be on the air. In the old days when you didn't have good ratings or you didn't have any ratings practically, you get fired. He should be canned. Mark Wayne is fantastic. He became very successful. He took over a small company from his parents, and he made it very, very successful, made money. He was also a very good fighter, very, very good fighter. I don't know. I never heard low-level MMA. I mean, if you fight these guys, these are rough cookies, and if you fight, and he had a good record, he had a very good record in fighting, but that's unimportant. But he is sort of a fighter. But more than anything, I call him country smart. He's a very smart guy. He's got a great way. Everybody loves him. He got a couple of Democrat votes, which is shocking nowadays, right? But everybody loves him, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job. He's got a great way about him, and people respect him a lot.
Dude, Trump is the best. I mean, the way he talks, it's just awesome. It's unmatched. But that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the latest and greatest updates. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you agree or disagree with any of the things that Trump and the United States are doing? Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like. It'd mean the world to me. Subscribe to the channel. It'd mean even more to me. And I'll see you all in another video this weekend. Bye for now.